So this right here is a perfect angle and a depiction of Devil's Den. Many people from all over the world come here to see this majestic rock formation. Absolutely amazing terrain. But during the Battle of Gettysburg, not many, but a lot of the more gruesome photos of the dead and the fallen soldiers days after the battle were taken on these rocks because of the brutality and the gruesome acts of violence that happened in this vicinity on July 2nd, 1863. The bodies literally littered these rocks, literally laying basically where I could be standing or basically on top of these rocks. And many historical societies, many veterans, many famous American citizens and American people, even future presidents, came here to see these beautiful rock formations and basically learn about the strategy and the military significance of this terrain. Now, if you look behind me, if I turn the camera this way, you can see where I was a wee bit before. So right now, let's get a good depiction right here. So okay, you can see it behind me. So this right up there, that's Little Round Top. So when you're standing on the top of that hill up there, you can see down into this valley. This is the rock formation called Devil's Den right there behind me. But right here, that's Little Round Top. So basically when John B. Hood, what's his name? Hood's division, when he was coming this way out of these woods right over there, he wanted to take that hill. He wanted to go up that slope on that hill on Little Round Top and knock the Union off that ground, off that high point, because basically they had a full range of artillery surveillance around the valley. If Hood's division could take the Union off the top of that hill, they could have the high ground, and then they would be able to flank the Union and to flank the fishhook and push it back all the way to Gettysburg, to the town, basically the high ground. If the Confederates take that high ground, if they take that high point and they flank the Union, I got a map. What am I doing, Towinians? So basically, if the Confederates basically come up here and they take this right here, they can then flank and push and basically set their artillery up here. They can then basically fold this fishhook, fold this line, and then basically win the Battle of Gettysburg. But that did not happen. The Union was able to hold their ground, and the infantry units, like I said before, were able to take the top of that terrain in order to prevent the, let's just say, the flanking maneuver of Hood's division on July 2nd, 1863. So right now I'm at Devil's Den. July 2nd, 4 o'clock p.m., slaughter at Devil's Den. General John B. Hood's Confederates attacked the Union position at Devil's Den, the rugged labyrinth of boulders before you. Alabama and Georgia troops advanced from the rocky gorge to your left. A sheet of flame burst from the rocks less than 100 yards away. Despite their losses, they came on in an heroic manner against the 4th Maine, sheltered among the boulders. So basically, this rock formation, this iconic, famous rock formation, I mean, if you know Gettysburg and you know the battle, you know what I'm talking about. Devil's Den was one of the most brutal, infamous, and to be honest, in my personal opinion, not to demonize it, but it's pretty barbaric in my opinion. These stories that came out of this place, the brutal acts of war that happened in this area, in this vicinity, iconic. I mean, history was made at this place. I'm going to show you the majestic views and the majestic landscape of this battlefield right now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what history is all about. This is what this place is all about. If you're a huge Civil War nerd like me, you'll know what this is. This picture right here of this dead Confederate sharpshooter was taken right there. I'll show you in a little bit. Come here. Look at this. This is it. This is the spot, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it gives me goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps because this is where it's at. Let me just tell you, let me give you a brief observation. This isn't me being like, oh, this is great, you know, this is amazing. This is grim. This is the grim reality and the violent truth of this battle and of the Civil War. So let me just tell you this. Timothy O'Sullivan and James Gibson arrived at Gettysburg on July 5th. Their photographs delivered gruesome images to the nation. But they also took artistic license in staging bodies, accoutrements, or whatever the hell that means, for dramatic effect. One of Gardner's most iconic images depicted a dead Confederate sharpshooter at the base of the wall ahead. This infantry soldier likely died 40 yards behind you and was moved to this location for the specific photograph. You might think that's disrespectful, but I don't think so. I don't think it's historically accurate, but it also gives dramatic effect to what this battle represents. Yes, they moved his body. Yes, he did not die there, but his body laid there. I mean, it's still a significant part of the Battle of Gettysburg. I know those guys did something. They moved the body and they staged it there. But what would be the purpose and the reasoning to staging the guy's body behind me? I'll tell you. It was to give a violent depiction and an emotional depiction of the battle, and especially up here at Devil's Den. But this is what this place represents. Right here, it's the most eerie thing to see it actually in person. Because to be honest, I'm going to admit to you, I've never seen this. But this guy, his body was laid right here. I know he didn't die here, but his spirit is among us. And I know I'm getting a wee bit low. Just that feeling. I know I'm not getting all supernatural, and yins are going to be like, ooh. That's eerie. That a body was laying right there. Regardless if it was staged, it was still laying there. There were still dead bodies everywhere around this area. Don't think that was just staged and it didn't happen. There was bodies everywhere around here. These rocks, but that is what this place represents, and that is what is so gruesome and so horrifying about this place, is that we're standing in the presence of ghosts. Believe it or not, Yins might be like, Logan, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as ghosts. Oh, let me tell you something. You come to Gettysburg, you're coming to the most haunted, spiritually charged places on the planet, proven by history, not an exaggeration. And this spot right here just proves that the eeriness, the spirituality, the significance of these spots, of these locations, just gives you goosebumps, because you know and you can feel the spiritual activity. You can feel the presence. I can feel the presence. I don't know if it's just because of me who's in touch with that part of my my presence or my spirituality, but I can feel it. It's real. And if yins come here, you can feel it too. It's a energy that you'll never forget. And when you step foot in this area and you really calm your mind and you be quiet and you don't listen, you just really listen, you can feel something. There's something here that is supernatural and that is not of this planet and not of this energy plane. It's been proven by history, and thousands of people have said the same stories. And this spot right here, regardless if it's staged or not, it still gives that effect. It still gives that significance that men died here. That's what it represents.